What's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and check it out. Like most of you, I was super excited to see the announcement of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales yesterday during the PlayStation 5 game and console announcement E3 kind of thing they did. And it looks fantastic. I'm stoked for it. I was shocked when they said holiday 2020 because it just seems like out of nowhere and so fast. And I was cautiously optimistic because that's pretty quick to put together a game. But as it turned out, it is not a full-blown game. It is an expansion of Marvel's Spider-Man. So is that necessarily a bad thing? I don't think so. I think it's more content, which is great. So here is a quote from Sony's Vice President, Head of European Business, Simon Rudder. I guess you could call it an expansion and an enhancement to the previous game. There's a substantial Miles Morales component, which is the expansion element, but also within the game as well, there's been a major enhancement to the game and the game engine, obviously deploying some of the major PlayStation 5 technology and features. We did see some snow elements in the very short, minute or so of video they showed. And, I like Miles Morales. I think this is fantastic. I'm stoked to be able to play as him and to have a feature story about him because I do think that he is a great character and a character that could really do well just with everything, Like, I think he's a future of Marvel kind of character, which is also why I love for them to find a new name for him other than Spider-Man, because there's only ever going to be one Spider-Man. I'm sorry. I would say that about any other pretender. Like, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Everybody else should find their own little sort of code name. But that's another story for another day. The thing that kind of struck me, and the first thing that I thought of when they kind of were showing this, was how are they going to do a full game around Miles already? The thing about, Peter Parker is, all the different costumes that he has, and that's one of the people's favorite elements of that game, is being able to unlock all the different costumes and switch it up. Miles, I mean, how many suits would he really have? Like 2, 3, 4 maybe? And I understand that they could make some new ones, based on the way the game goes, but I don't know, that was always an interesting feature. Miles is also a lot different than Peter in a lot of his abilities. He has like a cloaking ability, he's got like his venom spray, so he's got like that little bit of electrical ability, so it's a little bit different, and I don't know, like it's interesting. So for them to do this, as my man Free Willy brought up, kind of like Lost Light, which was an infamous Lost Light, would be pretty good. And I think this is fine. I just think it's a little unfortunate that they let people believe this was a full release for so long. And I wonder how this is going to work. This is going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Like, are we going to, if you have Spider-Man on PlayStation 4, are you going to be able to have access to this content? Because, the quote, obviously deploying some of the major PlayStation 5 technology and features, leads you to believe that you need those in order to access the new content. I don't know if that's true. I'm completely, just trying to take the little information there is now and make sense of it. But I don't know. Like, this is interesting. I'd love to know what you guys think about this kind of development. Do you feel hoodwinked? Also, with there being an all-digital version of the PlayStation 5, I have Spider-Man PS4 on disc, Am I going to have to buy an entirely new game to do this? Or can I put my PS4 disc into my PS5 and download, the patch or whatever is necessary and, just buy the expansion? These are things I want to know because, like, I don't know. I just feel like if this is the route they're going and you have to rebuy the whole game, that would be a little tricky for me. Although, if they do it like what they did from PS3 to PS4, where PS4 to PS5, if you buy a PlayStation 5 version of the game, you get a whole set of new trophies. I would definitely go ahead and get a PS5 Platinum trophy for Spider-Man PS4. Just putting that out there. So what do you guys think? Obviously hyped for this. Like, anything new Marvel is great. I think Miles sliding in here is what we all expected. I thought maybe more as DLC. I thought the third game would be a Miles game. I thought the second game would find a way to wrap the two of them together, and then, you know, we would get to a full-blown Miles game in 3. That would give his character some time to grow, you know, grow up. I don't love that he's 15, whatever, but I don't know. So what do you guys think? I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you.